Don't say much, do you? Very wise. When endeavoring an escape, silence is generally best. However, as I've had no one but a recalcitrant mutt to talk to for far too long, I shall bow to my collegial nature and introduce myself.
Guys, Jurassic here. Today we are doing Sea of Thieves, A Pirate's Life. This is Telltale 1 of the brand new Pirates of the Caribbean DLC. So basically the books are going to be right next to this lady on the dock. You can load into a special universe to where you don't actually have to worry about people attacking you.
The ill wind blowing from beyond the horizon. These wild waters, them call to me. They've seen much to chill the blood. A deep hunger, a heart of fire. But them always promise the freedom of the sea. Now though a new danger is coming on the tides, already a change this world to its liking. And if what it wants can't be found, it will take everything. Want to know its name? The one who brought this ruin lie in iron below the feet of the ferryman, trapped for all forever in the sea of the damned. Nobody but its captain may tread below the deck of that ship. That means to learn the truth with your own eyes, you'll have to stow away. But if the ferryman can catch you, your destiny might end there. Still listening? Then listen close. All you think you know about your life and death is only the beginning. With your heart still beating, you will see those cursed shores with new eyes. When you raise up the flame of souls, all I can do is show you the way.
Alright, so once you get that
I traveled to another world, and now you will do the same. Take these words for the journey. If you read them right, them whisper what has been and what is yet to be. Whispers to help you save a pirate's life. Now make sail. The door is open. The prisoner is waiting. And our time is trickling away.
Thanks, Calypso. Alright, so let's see here. We'll just, shoot her for good measure. Not all those who journey here have the pirate's dream at heart. A wretched evil seeks to end the dream. There are those who would serve it. They ache for an age of darkness for this Sea of Thieves. Death him have no dominion here. Nor the gods the gate between the worlds. Is it the ferryman who serves? The pirate's dream is freedom, but not a fate worse than death await all who hold dear. The ferryman knows this fears. This but him is duty bound, sword to shackle the one who could save these waters. A prisoner carried across waves of eternity. No pirates ever seen. Well, them still live, that is. To Sea of Thieves, she needs pirates brave and true. Those who have the courage to stand against the gathering dark. Look to the green horizon, the light will carry you to the cursed shores. To save this dream, the pirate's life, the life of one must be saved. Alright, so basically we need to sail into the green gigantic light over in the sky. So let's go get our ship prepared, raise the anchor, drop some sails, and we will meet you on the other side of the world. Alright, so what you want to do is angle your boat perfectly inside the light. And I hope you all are prepared to die. And it sort of guides it for you, so it's not like you have to be like dead on perfect. Now we load in. And the world seems a little different. Raise up. Is that supposed to be Cotton's parrot? If not, they really missed an opportunity there. It's been a long time. I don't remember exactly what his parrot looked like. Hold on, let's get rid of the stupid uniform so I got my hand back. Alright, there we go. Oh, would you look at that? It's all the random boats. Is there anyone from the movies here? You guys remember the scene, right? Where, you know, there's like a whole bunch of random boats all over the place. Let's see if we can find any. Raising the lantern doesn't do anything. I think it was Commodore Norrington who was out here in the waters in the movie. These just look like regular pirates though, so there might not be any secrets in these waters yet. It's still pretty cool that they added this in. Wasn't expecting that. Yeah, that just looks like a whole bunch of regular people. Any of you special? I hope I'm not missing anybody. I don't think I saw anyone famous.
Sure, you've come to the proper place. But keep a weather eye open, mates, and hold on tight with both hands. There be squalls ahead, and Davy Jones waiting for them what don't obey.
Little bit of creepy voice there. Ooh, what is this? So we took a portal to go to this world to take another portal to go to another world. That's how you know you've been to death. Strange shores await. Alright, so our goal here is going to be to land as close as possible to this here little island, and hopefully we can find a way around. Now, I am going to be searching for like the books and everything along the way. I will do my best to try to find some, but I'm definitely not guaranteeing that we'll find any or all of them at all. We'll get the main tall tale part done though. That for sure will happen. Alright, so you want to sort of land around this side of the island, and basically you'll see all these little broken shipwrecks. That's sort of how you know to go where in which direction. So if you actually line yourself up with the shipwrecks, it'll take you down that path. I explored around some to look for books on this island. I checked underneath all these little random boats and everything. I could not find any, so I hope there wasn't any here. But I did look. But basically you walk down this little dark creepy path. It'll open back up just a little bit and you can see our boat over there in the corner, and we take a left down this little creepy pathway here, and there's going to be this little skeleton dude with a bell. So basically once we are all here, we can now advance on. If you stab it, it is kind of interesting, only one person can hear the bell, so whoever actually sword attacks it is the only person who can hear it. I just thought that was interesting. And this looks like a little creepy place that someone would put a book, but no, I didn't see anything. For this part, I am going to try not to cut out any of this, since obviously, you know, caves can get kind of confusing, so I'm going to try to show like the full area.
Upon tales of old and ill deeds, long past.
Now, if you come over here to that flame on the ground, you can actually collect the flame, and as soon as you collect it, everyone in the whole group gets this new flame. So you want to walk over to Billy and Bob over here, light their lanterns, boom, and they'll open the gates for us. They did a really good job on this tall tale, though. It sort of reminds me of like the Disney rides. Alright, so just looking around, making sure we're not missing anything. I do need a compass. I wasn't sure if that's a reference to Jack's compass. Hey, buddy, what are you doing over here? Okay, so obviously while you walk through, you want to light everyone's lanterns because that seems to be the main key. Alright, so that's just Captain Parrot. Or Seagull. These guys are just hanging out on the ground, so I don't see anything too... Gotta move his arm in order to light the lantern here. That'll open up that gate over there to the left. If we come down here, there is one more secret lantern on the ground, which we are able to light. He keeps saying that for some reason. Alright, so let's go through the main gate and on to the next area. And this area opens up quite a bit.
The curse of Dead Man's Grotto awaits you.
Thanks, mister. He's kind of creepy. Alright, so you just want to walk over here to where that sword was stabbed in that skeleton. That's how you know it's the correct pathway. I did have to turn off the music because I didn't know if any of this was going to be copyrighted from Disney, so sorry about that. You can read the subtitles though. Alright, so let's just continue walking through. It's kind of cool how the lanterns don't turn on until you get there. And you want to jump right there. You don't want to fall down, so then you got to walk all the way around. And just keep on advancing. It's really interesting how none of these skeletons are turning back to life. Can I see something back here? No. Alright, so let's... Ooh. That's the first time all the main skeleton people sort of got brought back to life. I would say it's kind of weird that everyone just seems to be stabbed here, but there's no like ghost form to them. So that's the whole Sea of Thieves way. Let's check around in these little dark corners here. Ooh, this ore looks important. So basically you want to pick up the ore, and we'll just head back around the hallway because we accidentally stumbled upon the right way to go first. Which only leads one way but up, so let's just come up and around. This bird looks super cool. And I don't think I recognize this island or anything. It'd be kind of cool if they did take some, creative leverage from the movies and sort of mimic an island off of them, but I don't think they did.
Your evil curses, says you. Properly warned ye be, says I. Who knows when that evil curse will strike the greedy beholders of this bewitched treasure? Dead men tell no tale.
And basically you just want to jump across. You don't want to fall back down because you do have to go all the way back around. Where's she going with that treasure? Alright, so let's continue on down this way. It'd be kind of cool if that waterfall would push you off. Alright, so this looks pretty peaceful back here. We got another lantern on the ground, so let's go and light that up. So basically it seems like the lanterns are your checkpoints through this, so it sort of works double fold. You can at least see better, and you can actually, go on to the next area.
That'd be the best way to repel boarders. And mark well the words, mate. Dead men tell no tale.
Alright, so let's go and raise it on down. That'll basically get this little bridge rolling. Thankfully, they're all sloop capstans, so if you are solo, you're able to do it relatively easily. Now, as soon as you walk through that bridge, there's going to be this pulley here. You want to go ahead and pull this down. That's going to open up this pathway. Then we can literally just hop on there and jump across. And this is going to be super important because you pretty much have to do that in order to advance. There is no like little ladders or anything if you fall into the water accidentally here, so make sure you're watching your step. You might have learned that out the hard way. But basically you just have to walk over here, and one of our magic lanterns that randomly does all the work for us is here again. So we'll light that. There's going to be a couple ghosts that spawn behind us, but they take forever rowing, so I do try to shoot the rope eventually. But pretty much we just have to wait on them. So the ghost will eventually come in a rowboat, and they do all the opening for us. We don't have any control at all here. Alright, so let's see here. We'll shoot the rope once. I don't think it's gonna work, but we'll try. Yeah. Not tough. And then these guys will be here. I think he killed that guy. I'm not entirely sure though. Since the narrator keeps saying that, I'm going to assume he killed that dude and then the rest of them took the money and left. But, yeah, it is what it is. Pirate's way. Alright, so let's continue up. Still trying to keep an eye out for books. I haven't seen any yet. I'm sure we might have missed one or two, probably. But we'll definitely go back and later on in like a live stream or something, look for all the books and everything. Ooh, this is a pretty cool looking treasure room.
In this place, dead men will always have tales to tell.
Now what would be like super cool is if you could like pick up a piece of gold here and like, you know, turn into a skeleton. Sometimes they got random deeds to sit on the thrones and stuff, so I had to try it out. I didn't see anything pop up. Maybe you'll have better luck. I don't think it is a deed, but I did try. Alright, so there's a whole lot of gold, but there's not too many books. There is this little treasure map here though. I don't recognize any of the islands though, so I think that is all the islands that we are around right now. Yeah, it looks all basic stuff. Alright. Well, now that we're done with this little treasure room, let's go and hop on around, follow the path out of here. Just check all the corners real quick. It's kind of weird how they had that laid out, but you could just walk up there. Alright, so that's already lit. So you want to hop across. Obviously, if you fall down, it's going to be a little bit of a walk back up, so make sure you're watching your step. Make it on over to the last one. And let's see here. Head down the... Oh, ladder. Alright, so if you notice this rope here, you can actually cut it, and it's going to let the next part of the bridge fall down. So now we can actually walk across.
You've seen the cursed treasure. You know where it be hidden. Now proceed at your own risk. These be the last friendly words you'll hear. You may not survive to pass this way again. Dead men tell.
So basically this is just going to fall back down, so you want to use the pulley to drag it as far back as possible and hop on, because it's not going to stay there for long. And then just ride it all the way across. Don't forget to jump when you feel that you are close enough to make it. And we head on down the way. Get to the rope here, make sure you cut it. Head on across, and we are looking pretty good so far. Alright, another little waterfall. Oh, that's super cool. That's what I was talking about earlier. Alright, but obviously this one, thankfully, was a little bit safer. I was kind of expecting to fall off the cliff there, but they did put a little bit of a stop in it. Alright, so, oh, what is all this stuff here? Oh, we made it to a checkpoint. Nice. And also, if you do this during this season, you'll get a whole bunch of deeds, so obviously that helps out too. So you want to light this little brazier, and then it's going to take a couple minutes for the gate to open up. I don't know if we did it super quick or what happened, but You're gonna have to wait. Alright, so now the gate's finally opening, we can continue on through. And the bridge just conveniently pops back up. Look at that. Alright, now town is very big, so probably I'm going to miss some stuff. Anchor did nothing though. I was thinking maybe, you know, you could push it around, but it just wasn't interactable, so that was just a decoration. Alright, so there's sailors and there's grave. It's been so long since I seen me loot. Well, we came down this way, but it was pretty much a dead end, so we knew we had to go the other way. Maybe we are supposed to come back around here later on.
What I wouldn't give for a change of scenery. It's a foul wind tonight.
Who's
Oi
saying
down
that?
there! Ye paid the warnings no heed, and set foot in sailor's grave while ye still draw breath, at the risk of marooning yourself here for all eternity. Now that be what I call true pirate courage. Not like the scurvy sea devils who stole me plunder and jailed me up here. Me own crew, a bunch of treacherous curs. But this be no way to hold a conversation. Climb up here and lower me cage. I'll make it worth your while. Well,
It's a really cool looking
start,
moon shadow.
sure enough, but ye've barely begun. I'm strung up by this old ship beside me cage. But you'll never board from the ground. Hold your course and see if you can't make it over to her from where you are now. I'll wait.
Are we not supposed to be on this boat already? It sort of sounded like we're supposed to go on this boat after that. Oops.
Watch your step
Alright, so
now.
we want to make it across, and you do want to make sure you drop.
Leave me strapped.
I'd like to see what makes you temple and leave stranded me here. Alright, so let's see here. I guess we just hop in the water. Checked on the top of the boat and everything. I didn't say anything. Still trying to keep an eye out for bugs. I have yet to find one.
Are you still there?
So that looks all relatively peaceful. Are you still there? Did you drown?
Can't see a
Blast it all! I can't find a thing from up here.
You best not be pulling me. I've not seen it in
You best not be pulling me leg, for I've not seen it in years.
years. Be back. Alright, son.
I get that joke.
There you. I thought ye might be lost or gotten yourself trapped. Oh,
Alright, so we found a treasure room.
I think it's another trapped soul that brought ye.
There's no crouch button though, so we're not able to sneak in there. There is another pulley. Alright, so this is going to pull all of this stuff up and you just jump across like we've been doing for the past couple minutes. Looking pretty good so far. Alright, so now that we are all lined up, let's jump and then do one more. Now that's a gap. We'll cross this.
Ye see, I happens to know of a way to call the ferryman back to these shores.
Sorry about the audio sometimes cutting out for that dude. I don't know why, but sometimes if you look the other way, it just makes him quieter. It did take me a minute to figure out like the exact perfect position. If you're by yourself, you want to angle these guys like this, that way you can hop across. Or you can just, you know, keep moving the pulley and make it easy. But just jump across like that.
Taste me sweet, sweet freedom.
And this little dude in the cage right there might need our help. There's some treasure in that room, but we haven't found a key or anything to actually use it. And that pulley is for the other side, so if you were waiting to help your friends get across, that's how you use it. Alright, so let's walk very carefully up here.
Well,
You want to jump
your
on this?
sweet time, but here we are. Oh,
And cut the rope.
it's killing me.
Now this next part's gonna hurt a little
It's not
bit.
exactly a dignified reunion. but I do welcome being back on the ground. I'd hoped the fall might bust open these here bars, but it seems I'll be needing another favour from ye. If ye can hunt down me mutinous crew and find the key to me cage, well, once I'm free, we might just be able to strike a bargain. Me crew wouldn't let the key out of their sight. They probably took it along to celebrate their treachery. The roaches! Find the tavern, and you'll find me freedom.
Alright, so we're looking for a tavern. Let's see here. Oh, it's the one right next to us. That was convenient. And there's something nice and shiny on the very top, guys. So obviously we're supposed to be dropping him down. Looks like there's another pulley system at the top here, so let's go ahead and do that. And we will be able to borrow the key off the buddy here. It's really weird, like, they combine parts of the Caribbean and Sea of Thieves in a way that somewhat makes sense. But the fact that everything in Sea of Thieves sort of tries to kill you when you do this kind of stuff, I don't know, it's just weird. These guys are all just drinking, having a good time, like, hey, what's going on, bud? Where regular Sea of Thieves would just, like, try to kill you.
Hades' burning beard! Ye found the key! Well,
I did,
now,
buddy.
a deal's a deal. Set me free, and I'll tell ye all that I can.
You must go and unlock the cage.
That's the way. I've been fearful that the lock might have rusted after all this time. Being that I'm unable to provide my own means of locomotion, you'll have to carry me, and make sure your hands are clean. I don't want fingerprints all over me skull.
Now, the one interesting thing is, how come this is the only guy who can speak? I just now thought of that.
Freedom. Ah, it feels good to see in more than one direction. All these years I've spent wondering what happened to me town and me treasure. We've a long journey ahead, and I've yet to find me sea legs. So you gets about the walking, and I'll take care of the talking. Let's start.
So if you walk
by
over
heading
here to the
old
lighthouse.
Or perhaps you'd rather me take ye on the grand tour of me fallen kingdom. Who knows? There may still be plunder to find. I may not be the pirate I once was, but I can still put the fear into them what knows me. I know you can hear me, ye cowardly curs! Drop what you're doing and get this bridge in order. We've a ferry to catch!
So I'm not sure, based on his hint there, if we could have walked around and found like another treasure room or something. Maybe. I walked around for a little bit on like the red boat and everything, and we couldn't find anything.
But when we sailed into the Sea of the Damned, it were a happy accident, for we were fleeing our enemies with a whole pack full of their plunder. By and by, me crew starts to grumble about returning to the living world. But I'd have sooner stayed with me loot for all eternity, rather than risk it out on the waves.
Yeah, so I looked around. I did not get any problems with the dude being like, ah, yes, the treasure room. You need to key it. Yeah, none of that. So we just went ahead and went up to the top of the lighthouse. I don't know, maybe you were supposed to do it before you accidentally went towards the lighthouse, but I feel like it still should have said something. Alright, so the lighthouse is a little tricky, so just make sure you watch your step and you should be fine. You don't need to jump or anything. You can pretty much just walk everywhere around here. And we'll make it up here.
The night I snuffed out the flame. And the lighthouse keeper too. Had to be sure the ferryman wouldn't come and part me from me loot. Now, I'm not what you'd call knowledgeable about contraptions and whatnot. If I can borrow a body, I might be able to help. See if you can't set me down on that headless heap of bones over there.
Sure thing, buddy. So basically that's your clue to drop him on there, but there is a book behind us. Strange yet familiar. Just when I thought it was doomed, bored out of me skull, there was land looming up ahead. Alright, so put his head down.
New body at last. Not as handsome as me old one, but they say beggars can't be choosers. There! It's just like sailing a sloop. Ye never forget how. Now, let's see if we can't find some clue as to set this place ablaze once more. First, see if you can't light the brazier with that fancy flame of yours. Of course, lighting up the town is all well and good, but you'll need to point your flame out to sea if we're to call the ferry.
Now basically this step you are going to have to be looking around. So if you come all the way up to the very top, get your lantern out. You want to light the fire here.
Do I think it looked better in
One
the
of these
dark?
control up and down, one
Now,
controls left and right.
every man's attention.
Alright, so if we do just like a full 360, just looking around to make sure there's going to be, I think it's either 3 or 4 of them. They don't necessarily have to be lit in a certain order, but I was not able to push it backwards, so we just pretty. Alright, so once you get the light pretty close to the brazier, you want to slow down, you don't want to accidentally pass it. Looks like it's already set up on the right height for this one, so we'll go and light it. If you notice there at the top of the mountain there, it looks like there's another one. So you want to drop it, grab the other side, and basically you're able to go up and down over here. Go and raise it up some, grab the wheel, turn it just slightly, and it should light the next one on fire like so. And then there's going to be one more off to the right here, so we can just sort of angle it. It is going to be a little bit hard to aim since it's higher up, but we should be able to handle it. There should be something roughly around there. Go and lower the light, and we'll see where we were at. Perfect.
There. The lighthouse is good as new, and the mists are clearing. Let me try and get a better view. I see sails on the horizon. Well, there she be. The ferry of the damned. Though you'll find no welcome passage on her decks. Those hooded fellers are what you might call in charge around here. And they won't suffer the living to board her. The only way ye'll sail aboard that ship is to stow away. I wonder if their little secrets still be stowed about here. The key to me cabin, after all these years. The keeper took it when he ratted me out to the others and they set upon me. Me ship'll be a sight for sore sockets, sure enough. But this moldy old body won't last 5 minutes out there, so I'll need ye to be my transport once again. At least till we reach me ship. Take me to me ship with the red sails, and I'll see ye safely aboard that ferry.
Alright, buddy. I'll pull your head off again, I suppose. So you could go back down the long way through the lighthouse, or you could jump. You might want to aim a little bit to the right so you avoid those rocks. It is going to be a little bit of a rough landing. But as long as you aim perfect, you'll be fine. Like so. And he does make a few funny comments if you go the wrong way instead of heading towards his little dock. Now, if you guys notice, there's a whole bunch of ghosts already on the dock, so I don't know if these guys are waiting to board the ferry, or what the actual story is on that. Yeah, buddy. Alright, let's go put his body on. I can't stand him talking with his key in his mouth. That just sounds weird.
Next bit needs a fine touch. Set me down atop that there skeleton.
There you go, buddy.
I can smell it on the wind. Ha! There she be. Me golden hair. The fastest ship on the seas. By my reckoning, and no one ever dare tell me different. A piece of advice. Always have a secret way back to your own ship. To me cabin.
It's really funny how he prefers to speak with the key in his mouth instead of, just saying that and then being like, to my cabin. Alright, so just looking around, this looks like a place for a book. I Do not see anything on the ground though. Alright, so you walk through this way, watch your step, head up the ladder here behind us, and we should be good to go. Go up one more ladder and we'll be all the way at the very top. Just looking around for books and everything, just keeping an eye out on stuff. Looks like everything's relatively calm up here though.
Captain on deck! Sorry, Captain. We just got carried away. We didn't mean nothing by it.
I said we never should have mutinied.
Good to have you back, Cap.
Well, I suppose your loyal crew probably would be the ones that stayed behind.
Sure, I used to be taller than this. This key will let you through the side door in me cabin. For here is where we be parting ways. There's a rowboat over yonder that'll carry ye onto the ferry. Quiet as a church mouse. But I wonder, do ye really know what's waiting for ye below her decks? Not all treasure is silver and gold. Me crew are free, and me conscience is clear. But I've still plenty of thinking to do. Perhaps one day, we'll meet again. Now take the key and be off with ye, before ye find yourself trapped here for good.
Now, before you do that, there is another telltale book here in the corner. Lights out the curse Fatman. Treachery aboard. First me own cabin boy makes off. So I'm just going to click through those books and you guys can pause it if you want to read it.
This key's the least I can do.
They normally aren't too involved with what's actually going on, so... I mean, it's one thing to read the main telltale book, but those little side books normally don't say too much.
They still be lying about.
Alright, so there's plenty of golds, but unfortunately we can't steal any of it, so... You want to make it all the way back to this little rowboat, and you are going to have to detach the boat, so you just sort of have to look around, hope that you get lucky and find the correct spot. That we have to row all the way down to the ferryman board her ship. Now we're supposed to be a stowaway, however it seems like oh, he does get the people. We're supposed to be a stowaway, but it's not like we're actually trying to hide, which is kind of weird.
Who have lingered in this forsaken place, who have learned the price of breaking the pirate code. You have suffered under the weight of chains forged by your own misdeeds, and now your time is served. Though you shall not fully remember your time in this place, perhaps some remnant of understanding will accompany you when you step through my portal and return to the living world. Perhaps not, and we shall meet here again. For now, we must make sail, and quickly, for strange ships. Stop! The cursed flame you carry has no place within my well of fates. Do not attempt to meddle.
So if you bring your new flame over to his pit, he's not very happy. So if you come over here and light it, he's definitely not going to be happy. And you ruined his whole speech. Alright, so we'll come downstairs. You want to look around all the corners. Obviously, this game has been mostly on lanterns, so we'll definitely want to make sure we're looking out for them, like these here.
The truth of what you seek.
He sits there and says that, but he never actually says what's going to happen if we continue on, so obviously we gotta continue. And you want to move the sarcophagus lid, and then you're able to see the next lantern behind it. So literally all you have to do is walk up to it and push it. It's kind of cool how it opens and closes. There's a couple skeletons on the ground, just sort of trying to look around in the room before we light some stuff. Alright, so that seems about normal. You want to light that one like the one behind us, and then this door will open. Like that's going, you're just sort of peeking around.
Come to check. Get the boat. Come
to Jack and get the bone? Good boy. This bone's much nicer than those rusty
Where's
old
he at?
keys. Look, I'll try a bit first. I know what you'll
You
think.
want some help, buddy?
That dog is never going to move. Therefore, I propose a wager. Let us see.
Therefore, I propose a wager. Let us see if I can lure him over faster than he can take the keys from the mouth and let me out. Here gets the delicious bone. Oh, man. Does that mean... You know, I don't think I even looked for that bone.
Don't say much, do you? Very wise. When endeavoring an escape, silence is generally best. However, as I've had no one but a recalcitrant mutt to talk to for far too long, I shall bow to my collegial nature and introduce myself. I'm Captain Jack Sparrow. Though, since you came here to rescue me, you probably knew that already. And you must have heard tell of my heroic journey to acquire this, the greatest pirate treasure of all. A golden key to other lands, in eternal freedom, plundered from the lair of a heartless squid, and used to assist in the daring escape that led me to stand before you now. Shiny, isn't it?
He has his own unique lantern. I wonder if we unlock that eventually. That'd be pretty cool. Now, I don't know why he's walking so funny and then just randomly vanishes. I don't see anything behind us though, so we definitely didn't miss the bone. Maybe he just lied? I don't know, that's kind of weird.
I haven't had so much as a crumb to eat since I got here.
Excuse you?
Not completely sure where here is exactly, but it's sorely lacking in dinner options. I'm a shadow of my former self. Then again, the captain seems a dreary sort of fellow. Probably enjoys dried biscuits. Wouldn't even tell me how I came to be aboard this sad little ship.
There you go, buddy. Good job.
The last thing I remember was standing at the helm of the Pearl as we made our escape. Suddenly, there was a loud, booming, cannonballing sort of noise. A cannonball, perhaps.
Loud boom cannonball
Scenery's not
noise. A
very
cannonball
inspiring,
burst.
but it's good to stretch me legs. Now, let's get off this ship before
Stay where you are!
that happens.
You from the living world. Why have you interfered with my work? The selfish actions of this Sparrow have brought catastrophe in his wake. Dire fortune that now threatens to consume the Sea of Thieves itself.
That's Captain Jack Sparrow, mate. And I think you may be overreacting just a smidge. I know the true worth of what I possess, and I intend to keep it quite safe. Now, I can see you're very busy and very grumpy, so we'll just be on our way.
Silence! You shall be returned to yourself. And this time, the key shall be cast overboard into the abyss. What you possess must never be permitted. See the cunning of your actions.
Nice!
Already the sands of time have trickled into oblivion and we are discovered. He has found us. We have our scent now. We cannot flee. Therefore, we must fight. To arms!
Steady, mate. That's the Flying Dutchman we're talking about. She's no ordinary ship.
Then upon the waves of my domain, she will find herself well matched. Play your part, pirates! The cannons stand ready! Unleash the fury of the dead upon this interloper, that we might put an end to calamity before it begins!
I believe that means he'd like us to use the guns.
Great, can I shoot him now? There we go. Alright, so for this next part, it takes a whole lot of cannonballs, so I'm gonna just try to speed it up a little bit. That way we all sort of get the gist of things. So he'll basically be just coming up on random sides. There's cannonballs down here at the bottom, so you just wanna, run back down, grab some cannonballs, shoot some, and eventually you're going to make the Dutchman very angry. Alright, so come down around here, grab some more cannonballs. Alright, Alright, now the Dutchman does seem to be a little bit better prepared than we are. So let's see here. Get him nice and weak. I wonder if we can get that hole eventually. That'd be super cool. For free. Not the paid stuff. If you want right now, you can pay to look like Jack Sparrow in the game for like 10 bucks. I think he keeps talking to the Dutchman, telling him to flee, but it never actually seems to do anything. Sort of stuck in a very slow pace, too.
You need to board us! Defend the ship, or all is lost!
And what do you suggest I defend her with, mate? I forgot to bring the bone!
Oh, very well. Take my blade while I steady our course. A dead man's sword for a dead man's hand.
Was he going to fend off pirates with a dog bone? Alright, so we got a couple new monsters here, so this dude is a little crab guy.
This treasure's not for you, mate.
They never told us what this treasure is, though, ironically. Got some squids that are able to, like, have some sort of electric... Alright. I don't think we can actually hurt those big guys yet. I think it's mostly Jack Sparrow. However, all of these guys will now be added to the world around the entire Sea of Thieves, so you can see them outside the Talltale. However, I don't know if it's a glitch right now or not, but just so you guys know, it appears that these guys are going to be just like skeletons on the island, where they're not able to actually leave the island. So we did have one later on while we were playing, just randomly sit on the beach and not even get on the boat. But the one good side is, since you're on the Ferry of the Damned, technically if you offer your soul to the ferryman, it does respawn you immediately. We'll test that out here in a little bit though. So if you guys are playing in a group, I recommend just killing yourself, because I mean, you load here pretty much immediately. Alright, so let's see what happens. So I mean, obviously there's a whole bunch of crazy stuff going on. And it's probably easier just to kill yourself in most of these situations anyways. So let's see here. He's going to clean up and do something. But we load back with full health anyway, so it's definitely worth it. Alright, Jack, let's get him all dead. Taking on this guy. Nice, we actually got him. Good. Those definitely have the most health. And they got these little clam guys who have some sort of poison thing going on. I don't know where this dude's going, though. I guess he was chasing the other person? Nice, good job, Jack. Seems relatively calm now. Now's a good time to run around, make sure you got food and everything. That way you don't die. Alright, so they do have an armory here if you need to swap weapons or anything. And an ammo box. However, now it's going to be mostly peaceful. We're just going to sail a little bit and then that happens. That is the beginning of the end. Alright, so we are not actually able to help Jack here at all. He's basically just going to have to one-on-one against that crab monster, but I'm going to help him fight off the Dutchman while he's doing that. That's a really cool shot of the boat there. Now, notice he actually has cannons below deck, so I don't know if they're hinting at possibly adding in like a mantle or something like they originally intended. Originally, they were thinking about adding in bigger boats on top of the galleon. So that would be like a 6-person boat. So that'd be interesting if that ever happens. Alright, so let's just keep focusing on the Dutchman. Everyone sort of has their own little task here. It seems like the Ferry of the Damned is a lot stronger than most boats. It's really pretty good. Alright, buddy, it's time for you to sink. Come on now. Did we just get whipped? That was a weird noise. Alright, so Jack, you still not done with him? Yeah, we're not even able to help you. Alright, well, I'm just going to keep on focusing on the Dutchman then. One of us has to get some stuff done. And this is really cool how they have the water come in cannons like that, though. A little waterfall effect. Now, the one thing that is kind of curious is the ferryman in direct competition with the Dutchman? Or are they co-workers? Because he's supposed to ferry the dead to the other side. This dude's supposed to ferry the dude to the other side. So is he here for Jack, or is he here for the ferryman? Because I feel like the ferryman is sort of stealing his thunder. He's also not a big gigantic squid, so he does have that going for him. So maybe he was cursed by a different being? I don't know. Let's grab some more cannonballs. Now, Jack, you should really hurry up and kill that guy. Fortunately, we're not able to go up here. Anything basic ghost hands are preventing us from doing it. And he's just going to be in an eternal fight for his life to see if he can manage to make it. Hold on. Dutchman just pops around the corner for a sneak attack. Jack Sparrow versus the crab. Who's going to win? Seems like he's a lot better at pushing things off than actually killing them.
Oi! Treasure! It's gone!
Yeah. Oh, the lantern?
Change course! Change course! After that treasure! I gave him my word!
I wonder who he's talking about. I had no clue he was talking about the lantern. Huh. Alright, so let's just keep on firing this. Eventually this dude's gonna be done. Can you see Davy Jones up there? Yeah, I see a little bit of a pirate hat.
Destroy them!
That's when they can release the Kraken and everything. I completely forgot about that. So unfortunately, I immediately went to the cannon and started attacking them. However, whenever the Dutchman dropped his capstan, it knocked poor Jack off into the water. And well, he's never going to be found again.
Did you not heed my warning? Now Sparrow is lost, and our enemy has the treasure in his grasp to fulfill his dark ambitions and lay siege to the Sea of Thieves. Already his plans are in motion, deep beneath the waves. You have caused much harm this day. However, you fought bravely. I shall return you and your vessel to the land of the living, so that you may continue to fight. Fight to save all that you have endangered. Fail.
Whoa. It was on you too. You sailed too slow.
As this world too falls under the shadow of Davy Jones.
Telltale complete. Pirate's life. It looks like it takes you from the main Telltale area into the regular map. I recommend loading out and then back into the special area if you don't want to be attacked. However, if you want to start another Telltale, you can go to any outpost and you will find Calypso there. But that is going to be it for today, guys. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.